All right, welcome back. We got the lower finals here underway. So, Danny and Darky, have these guys played yet? Hold on. Pull up the bracket. Don't think so. No, Danny and Darky are on the top side of the bracket. So this is the first encounter here in a best of three. Danny's got it from the back wall. Early aggression here from Lev and KnightYuh. Now, I think a lot of teams are just going to crumble against their very physical play. Like, every single time a shot is missed, like, that player will immediately go forward and try to bump somebody, and it creates so many crazy opportunities here. So Danny and Darky need to be very aware. Again, it's been 20 seconds, and we've already seen 2 bumps. 3, 4, come on. It just is non-stop. Oh, even some team bumps. Not even your teammates are safe. Lev holding reverse. Looking a little bit weak on defense, but that will get deflected by KnightYuh with the last remnants of his boost. Lev landing another bump, maybe unintentional. And now KnightYuh might be in a bit of trouble here. Does throw in the block. He's going to eject that sideways. That's such an awkward position when the ball bounces off the rim. Right on the side. It goes upward. Like, what do you do with that? Bobo-san says, KnightYuh's gameplay reminds me of Yoshi's. That's a really good thought. Huh. I think... I don't think that's true. Yoshi did have resets, but KnightYuh is like all resets and bumps. Like, that's where he distributed his stat points. So far as I can tell, it's just, right? He min-maxed resets and bumps. Ooh, barely gets that save. But, I always thought Yoshi was like a really smart player. He's able to like really quickly analyze the battlefield, try to poke weaknesses into the defense. So he's just like a good all-around player. I feel like Yoshi's strategy is very similar to Danny's. More the way he orients his card during recoveries. Oh, wow. Oh! Darky finding the hole. Slots it. Look at this. We got 2 defenders rushing and rushing back. Darky right behind it. Flips at the last second. The defense certainly not expecting that. I guess they anticipated he'd start dribbling that and forcing a 50 or something. That was so clean. Went right past 2 players. Lev gonna lob that up. The net is double defended. 1 from the backboard, 1 from the ground, so you should be able to cover just about anything. Which means if you're trying to attack a position like that, that's when you gotta get real creative with your shots. Making sure you've got an option at the very last moment. Something like a flip reset. 4 bumps. That always works too. Speaking of bumps, Lev just continuing to chase after Darky even with no boost. Oh, there's another one. Just everything is so physical. Every single chance. Oh, one more touch here is going to give it over to KnightYuh with a full tank. What's his plan? Tries to push it past with the defense. Double committing on that. Might leave some openings here as Lev tries to push that one towards the net, although it would be really slow going. There is just no boost at all for the defense. KnightYuh going to capitalize on it. 1-1. Good return fire there. We're going to need another miracle kind of shot there from Darky if they want to take the lead again. I don't know if you've ever had the privilege of playing with someone who is really like team oriented. They like try to get the most out of their teammate. It is so fun. Sometimes like you just do whatever you want and they'll find a way to make it work. For me that, oh, hold on. Nice save there from Lev. For me that player was Nico. Nico was like, no matter what you did, he would play around it. And it doesn't make any sense. Like, he's just always in the right spot. And so you could just go absolutely wild with it. You try things that you've never done before, and it just like maximizes those attempts. Jeez, what a pinch. Those unfortunately almost never work. But it is good for creating some distance if you need it. So you can go rotate back. Straight off the rim. KnightYuh's going to charge forward. Hit it off the rim as well. Don't think he got a second one, but we are still tied up 1-1 here. Could be overtime. Maybe. With a reset. Gonna be a must. No. It certainly looked like it was gonna be a musty flick, but he's still got boost here. He's flexing on it. One more touch as he bonks off the rim, but Danny doubles back. Sorry, Darky doubles back. You get the block. We got KnightYuh leaving that one for Lev. Danny's right behind it. KnightYuh into the corner, gets the refill, but he's way too late. Danny is too high with it. Nice teeny tap for Lev. Trying to set KnightYuh up, but now Lev is going to have to defend this with no boost, but the shot is not there either. So both teams on the orange half playing a very awkward kind of game. They're hoping that the other team makes a mistake first. With how many terrible reads are going through. Oh no. Oh gosh, it's worse. Danny really struggling to recover there off the rim. We got to watch it in all its glory. The orange team still surviving. Danny gonna make a move, but bounces up nice and high. drky cannot utilize that. So yeah, it looks certainly like overtime. One last attempt here from the blue team. Lev moving forward, and it's gonna drop straight down, and that will tap down. Overtime in this best of 3. Nope. It's past Danny. KnightYuh with the shot. Should be savable. Gotta be careful, though. But KnightYuh just hanging out there in the sky. You don't want to hit the ball right to him if you're on defense, and one of the defenders is removed. Spawns on the same side as the ball. Doesn't get the touch. And KnightYuh still charging forward. He's looking for blood. Does not connect with the car. Danny with the long distance clear. He's going to go right to Lev, and he goes over his rim. Sets it up for KnightYuh. It's going to be a really low ground to air dribble, but the backboard's got that covered, no problem. Love these passing plays by the Llama champions. They're making these short range passes look so easy, and the demos too. It is not easy to eliminate as many cars as they have. Definitely takes a lot of practice, knowing kind of the psychology of Rocket League players. It's off the rim. Danny certainly convinced something was afoot, though. Flips forward for boost. drky's going to let him take it. And Danny's on the dribble, pushing sideways, staying on top of this, but it's barely saved away by Lev. That dribble had a lot going for it. A lot of... Uh-oh. drky will sneak another shot in. Both of the shots by drky just finding the soft spot in the defense. And that one clings to the wall. Lev just not reading it. I think that's, again, another goal you could attribute to the obscurity of the rim and the net. It's trickier than you would expect to try to read that. With that, drky Gaming pull ahead. They just need one more to land in the grand finals. So they survived the onslaught of demos. I mean, that was the most bumps I think I've ever seen out of the Llama champions in just a single game. But they were only able to make one goal out of it. That's kind of shocking. You know what I think? When the change when you get to see where you're going to spawn in advance is a massive, massive change to the game. I think in a lot of cases, and I've seen it before too, where a player spawns in, immediately makes the right judgment call. That would not have been possible in a patch before that. That's such a big deal. Oh, blue team kind of not sure who's supposed to take that. So KnightYuh push this along the corner, but not getting a lot out of it, although gets a pass. Lev will take it to the ceiling and loses control. The backboard defense takes care of that. Ooh, it's a pinching play. Lev does not read it. The ceiling can be really hard to read. And the rim! No, Danny gets a break as he takes the shot. He's not expected to score, except KnightYuh on the way back. Bonks. Ooh, it hurts. Hurts every time. You internally you just feel that to your core. Well, drky Gaming up just the goal now. Their shots are definitely not spectacular, but they're just finding the one weakness each time. Ooh, Lev starting off. Looked like Lev won another one, and KnightYuh was happy to let him take that, but that could have easily been KnightYuh's ball. Little block there. drky hits it back to himself using the sidewall, and that's a tricky bounce. Another aerial bump there, maybe unintended, but it does allow a stall of some sort. And blue team approaching here on the sidewall. Danny found a lot of boost. Just gonna let that reset go down to the ground, knowing he doesn't have a line there. Instead, drky, see what I mean? These shots are like, they're not crazy. They're not the speediest shots you've ever seen. They're not the most mechanical shots you've ever seen. They just find the weakness. There's no one home. He just lobs it up over one of the players and it's in. Very similar to like a lot of ones goals is like, you know, you just need to get to the point where your opponent is in the wrong position, whether you bump them there or they get there themselves. You just hit it past them. That's all it takes. It could float in at 2 miles an hour, but as long as it's in and they can't save it, it's all the difference. 2-0. Struggle to recovery there. Lev. He's going to be on the dribble, trying to tuck that one straight down. drky will have the block, so Danny can take it all the way across. There's just no way he can make that into a goal, though. Ooh, no touch there. Instead, it's Lev underneath it. Oh, gets the bump. Hits Danny right to the backboard again where he came from. Look at the patience here. Lev allows it to bounce. He knows Danny's not going to attack them. Chips that up just a little bit. But the real plan was to go for the bump. It was to look like he was going to get another touch onto the ball. Instead, he's going to have something entirely different. A huge play. They are on their last life. They have to win this game, and so they need to get another couple of goals. KnightYuh lifting that one all the way up to the backboard. It's down to Danny. The direct shot here is going to be off the rim. Lev really wants that boost. They'll ping-pong Danny around a little bit. And the demo, oh, so close. That's going to go sky high. Here's the shot from Danny. A little bit off, but it's right to drky, and he'll slam that to the ceiling. Lev has to respond quickly. It's KnightYuh with loads of boost. He's around one. What's the plan? Reset? No, just a touch into the backboard. Saved away. Here's Lev again. Ceiling. Cannot make that work. Bounces it down, but that's great for the defense. It's another 50. Over to Lev. Nope, it's KnightYuh. One tap. Lev wants this. Doinks it off. The defense can easily get that at their leisure. That's a crazy bounce, but it's up and over. I don't think anyone really read that. Certainly not me. A lob up. Lev just refilled on the boost in the middle. He's going to flick that one up. Cannot finish this, though. It's gone too far. KnightYuh still here. Tries to get the bump onto drky. You definitely favor the backboard defense there. Just 2 minutes to go. It's off the rim, but Danny's in position. And a 50. We'll send it towards orange half. KnightYuh blocks off the sidewall. Lev's going to want to start something here. It's a good initial engagement there. One more touch. Almost gets it. He just didn't have the boost. And the pinch is not going to cut it. Now the counterattack. Over to Danny. Straight shot. It's off the rim. Another one. It's dangerous, but Lev will lift that one up. And KnightYuh secures it. Chips it under one player, so it could be a counterattack here. He's got no boost to work with. Oh, that's really smart. Run forward and take the boost. But now what can you do? He's just trying to bump players, but mostly hold on to his tank. KnightYuh threatening like he's got loads of boost. Lobs it up in the air, but does not win the full tank. And Lev's gonna go for, no, what is this? The pool shot? Come on. I mean, that has to be a This is Rocket League. What? It doesn't even make sense. That's gonna tie it up. Better to be lucky, right? I mean, you gotta commend him that he absolutely crushed the defender. But you're never gonna count on the defender smacking that down into a much better shot than you could ever hope for. Lev refilling in the mid. It's going to be return fire here for the blue team. But with that overtime, we could have, or with that tie up, we could have an overtime. Orange team completely refilled. No, they're not. Never mind. That's drky that got the boost. But KnightYuh found some boost in the middle. He's going to be late to that. Danny does not get to. drky wants to leave that boost for him, but Danny rotates back on defense to the backboard. drky lobs it up for Danny. Two orange cars go after it. That's super close, but it's not enough. A very valiant attempt. It looked like orange team was really in danger here. They get a demo. That's going to be a tactical respawn on defense for drky. Here he goes. Just a pinch. It's not nearly going to be enough, so it's going to tap down. Overtime we go. Remember, Llama Champions on their last life. If they lose this, they get third place. Danny sends it. KnightYuh takes the boost. It's going to be over to Lev. Lobs it up. He's chasing. He wants a bump here, but drky barely avoids it despite having no boost. The shot, though, is going to be on target. Saved away by Danny, too. Oh, they had so little boost to work with. They held on. It might not be over. Another 50 is probably good for the orange team here. KnightYuh. No boost, just floating here. Lev. Ooh, careful with that. Hits it against the rim. KnightYuh's patience again. Nah, he's lost it. It's over to Lev. He just sends it sideways. Maybe that's good for drky here. Gonna get blocked. Uh-oh, that's on target. No one's there! We go to game 3, maybe by sheer luck. Just a 50, but the worst nightmare of 50s if you're drky gaming. We're going to game 3. That's crazy. That feels like drky gaming. I don't know. It's so tough because the Llama Champions are so aggressive. It feels like their aggression should pay off. With how many bumps they're getting, they're really disrupting drky gaming's rotations. But drky gaming shots are like, you know, it's not finesse, it's just good tactics. But it felt like they worked really hard for their 2 goals, and Llama Champions just got a couple of breaks there. That's how it goes. That's why we play best of 3s. Uh-oh, that's a great shot. See what I mean? Just tactics. So it all goes and falls apart here off of this save. That's a really dangerous spot to put this as Danny collects the full boost, takes fire. Boom, it's in. drky gaming take a 1-goal lead in 5 seconds. Lev gonna try to equalize here with the reset. Chips it past! Oh, they need more where that came from. Certainly, in terms of resets, the Llama Champions are completely outclassing drky gaming. Their resets are so clean, their setups immaculate. If this keeps up, though, this game is going to last 20 minutes with all the goals that are going to be scored. Finally, we catch a break. A slight breather for the next round of goals. Here is the shot. Up and over. Lev will take it away. Doubles it. Giving it to KnightYuh in the process. He'll keep it along the wall, but loses it. The bump really opens things up here. Oh, and he gets bumped in return. Tries to line that back up for the shot, but it's a passing play. Here it comes! What a save! Lev recognized that was a passing play, angled back towards the net. Is able to cover a whole lot, despite the just filthy line by the attacker. That's going all the way back. No touch there from drky, but Danny will take it away. They'll both refill on boost. But they might not get a chance to attack here. Could be a passing play. Danny wants to take it himself, but he's lost control. No touch there. Instead, it's drky. Maybe to Danny. Nope. drky will send it sideways. Lev collects it. Into the ceiling. He's still going. He's got an orange trail on that. But nothing yet. Yeah, so if you're Lev, how do you get more shots, more setups like you had at the very beginning of the game? Because those feel extremely hard to deal with if you're drky gaming. Like those kinds of resets. If you've got the space for it, like that's what I mean. Where do you find the space? This might be it. No, he's lost it. Can't quite get that same setup, so he goes forward for a bump. That's a really common theme with this team. A team theme where, you know, after they don't get the touches they want, they just immediately angle forward. There's no retreat to it. You go full bore, try to get some bumps, boost steals, whatever. Nice little save there. Lev really conserving boost, but the shot is on target. Nobody's left. Danny really quickly is able to get into position here. Wow, just barely outpacing the attacker and getting the angle too. That says a lot. I thought he came from the wall, but no. He was straight below it. 2-1. Yeah, certainly we've got a game on our hands. That's going to go off the sidewall. Surprisingly, only 2 cars went for that. Danny, not being able to see any of the environment, made the right call. And he's demoed. drky just backs up, but he loses the boost. He will have a massive clear, but where are they going to find boost? That corner respawns, but Lev is the one that takes it. That's just in. That was an entire consequence of drky not having boost there to engage. It really slows the rotation down. So maybe Danny can get this, but he's got to know that drky isn't going to touch it. 2-2. We could have overtime in game 3, but a lot of goals are being scored right now. I don't know if that means the defense is getting weaker or new ideas are spawning out. That is Danny stealing away drky's boost, so he has to go further back. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. But you have to wonder if is that, you know, something you hold a grudge on your teammate for. Like, why did you take that? Oh, here we go. Maybe it was a big deal because drky again had to retreat. He's pre-jumping this, but that's a kind of a double pre-jump, so KnightYuh can see that all unfold, and he's got no boost left to make this touch. Slams it straight down. The Llama champions take the lead. We've got a friendship tip-off. Danny and drky are going for it. No, they missed it, but the other team, they are very wary. They don't want anything to go wrong. So they just dip back because they know if the friendship tip-off works out for the blue team, there's nothing they can do about it. Uh-oh. Some team bumps, but drky is set up here. He's going to push it to the backboard. Oh, and he gets rimmed on the way back, so the rotation could be a bit slower. He is going to engage right here. Lobs it straight upward. Doesn't have that. It's back over to Danny. He just forces a 50, but that's perfect here for drky. The shot, though, is way off to the side. Only 90 seconds. Here's the shot. It's so far away. I was paying attention to the foreground, looking at the cars fight over the boost and potentially bump each other, but I did not realize that drky got the perfect setup here. He lobs the ball up and then rolls up the sidewall for the snipe. KnightYuh was facing the wrong direction and could not make it back in time. 3-3. All tied up yet again. Lev hitting the reverse. Chips around one. Danny is here, though. He's trying to set the pass up. Shot is off to the side. So now KnightYuh on the dribble, going over to the corner. Oh, that's scary. Danny having to cover. It's off to the side. Danny chips it up. We're seeing some more demos attempted. Does that open up the net enough? KnightYuh did not have quite the dribble, and now that's an orange trail heading back. Getting a lot of distance. Who's supposed to get here first? Oh, the read. All KnightYuh there. drky, no boost. It's a passing play. The demo, though, might be actually a blessing in disguise there. Or maybe not. It looked like he was going to have the save from the backboard. He burnt a lot of boost to get there to reposition. Oh, he missed that little pad, too. I wonder if that really messed with him. But he knows the demo is coming. So he decides to go up the back wall, and that was a very costly mistake so far. 30 seconds. They need to make the comeback here. It looks like the aggression from Orange Team is not going to slow down in the slightest. A demo comes out again. It's just drky here. Needs to make the play. He's just going to sit on top of it. Does not get the dunk. That is 2 defenders called in to try to get that save, but it pays off. The follow-up shot is just off to the side. It's not over yet. Get another save, back-to-back saves. No touch there for Danny. What a defense there at the end. Having to make things extra awkward. And the ball rolls. It's still up. Hold on. Lev chasing after that. It's a shot. It's going towards the net. No! KnightYuh slaps it away. Gets one more touch to secure it. The Llama champions moving on to the grand finals. So close. That was a couple of really good attempts from drky Gaming. But the Llama champions held the line. Wow. Imagine trying to be... Was that drky, I think, on the dribble? His teammate was just eliminated, so it's just him. And he's got a full tank of boost. And he's got all kinds of space. Like, what do you decide to do with that? Knowing there's going to be 2 defenders. And I feel like he made the right call, but it's so hard to tell. And there's, there's always hindsight is 420. But I mean, do you go for a reset? Do you try to bump a player? Do you try to dribble higher? A lot of those seem lower percent chance than just sending that on a trajectory towards the front of the net and then sitting behind it. But the defense from the floor were able to lift that one up and out. That's crazy.